I'm not gonna lie, this video, it gives me the chills. Like, I just had goosebumps right before I pressed the record button because Bitcoin is now over $60,000. And this is gonna be possibly one of the most important videos that you will have watched. Of course, the most important video was me calling the Bitcoin bull run, but obviously I could have been just some crazy maniac talking about how Bitcoin is the next frontier and how super cyber trucks are going to be coming out of Bitcoin. Who knows? Who knows? I could have just been that crazy guy, so you ignored it. That's perfectly fine. But Bitcoin, it's at $61,000, okay? And 61,000 is a high number, despite what the little red thing is going on there. Bitcoin is not very far from hitting all-time highs. We are now only 11% from all-time highs. We've gained 8% today. That means if we did what we just did right now, then we would essentially be at all-time highs. And so it begs the question, what do you do with your bags? Is it time to dump? Is it time to leave the markets? Why has Bitcoin been doing what it's doing? And how does any of this relate to crypto gaming? I thought crypto gaming didn't care about what the markets did. I thought crypto gaming was just supposed to do well no matter what. And there are two sides to the story because yes, crypto gaming will do what it needs to do as more users end up adopting it. There's a lot of pressure from Web 2 institutions getting into Web 3. So obviously there are going to be a lot of gamers flowing in, but the more important part is liquidity. And liquidity comes from people buying. You are providing liquidity. If you own any crypto assets, you're providing liquidity for the markets. You're giving people the ability to sell the assets that you own at what is a higher price than you ended up buying it for, hopefully, right, is the idea here. So I wanted to touch base on this because this is something that I can't break it down to an 8-minute video. I'm sorry. We're going to have a longer video here talking about Bitcoin because I wish I told myself this 3 years ago. I got into the crypto markets back in 2020, and I didn't really get into it until 2021 when the peak of the bull market ended up happening. And yes, I did end up getting in early 2021, and so I had some pretty astronomical gains. And I don't know if you knew this, but there are such things as super cycles, which we are a year off. It should have happened in 2025. Does not matter, though. This is a completely different situation. I will explain to you why this is a different situation as well. It's because of Wall Street. Wall Street is here, and Wall Street is banging. They are buying so much Bitcoin. I'm worried we might not even have enough Bitcoin. You guys are dumping your Bitcoin right now. I am scared. I'm scared I might not have enough Bitcoin. So what's happening? We're in February 28th, 2024. As of the time of this recording, you might be watching during a different time. And right now, there are massive Bitcoin inflows. Lark Davis here saying that $570 million of inflow went into Bitcoin ETFs yesterday. Something else you should probably know is Google Trends. I look at this very often because I'm a content creator. I like to look at analytics. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the views haven't been there yet, as well as retail investors aren't there either. Yes, you probably have heard your parents kind of message you a little bit. They're like, what's going on with this Bitcoin thing? But they haven't really gone into the mania of, oh, I need to invest all my money into this. I need to go all in. This is the craziest thing since, sliced bread, says Rodney, right? This is insane. Absolutely insane. The interest on Bitcoin over the past 5 years, it peaked, and I'll give you the date when it peaked, over here in May of 2021. And then we look over at the all-time high, okay, the all-time high of Bitcoin. The Bitcoin dominance here for Google Trends was only at 50% of the interest it was before. And so we're seeing here, during all-time highs right now, we are only at, it's 41, I believe. We're at 41. So we have much less interest than we had back in the peak over in May in terms of interest on Bitcoin and retail buyers, right? This is when that huge, massive dump ended up happening. Everybody was freaking out. And then June happened. We bottomed out. And then, we went full moon boy mode again until November. Less people were interested. They were holding the bag. They felt terrible about what they did. And then, everything kind of trickled down for a while until we had this craze once again. But I wanted to show you this because we are nowhere near. And this is scaring me. We're nowhere near the top. Because if we're supposed to have a bull run, right, which we are in a bull run, obviously, the interest is supposed to go much higher than it would before. because what happened here was just a very, very slim portion of what is supposed to happen in the new paradigm. If you look at 2017, which I can't even look, can I go further than this? Is it okay? 2008 to present? Can we go to 2017? Look at this. Look at what happened in 2017. What is this? It's crazy. The ICO craze was massive for retail back in the day. And with this huge other peak, we have not had a massive peak from the bottom yet. It just hasn't happened. And so we still have so much to go, that it's time to formulate a plan. It's time to formulate that bull market plan that we've been talking about so much on the channel. This is your time. Crunch time is over. You can't make that excuse of we're preparing for when this, altcoin season ends up coming and the mania is here, that we're going to be ready for this bull market. If you're entering the markets right now, you're late. Honestly, you're late in the sense that you should have had this all prepped up. You should have gotten the experience during the bear market, but it's fine. It does not matter because Bitcoin is mooning right now. And so when Bitcoin is mooning, pretty much anything you end up doing is probably going to be correct. So let's talk about the crypto gaming markets because that's why we're here. Let's be honest. So a lot of the coins are actually down today, and it makes sense why they're down. They're down because Bitcoin's mooning, and so people are putting liquidity into Bitcoin rather than holding altcoins that are riskier. It just makes sense. What happens is there are ebb and flows to the crypto markets. Bitcoin is the top dog right now, at least, right, at a $1.2 trillion market cap. And so when Bitcoin runs, everything else tends to lag for obvious reasons. And then what happens here is we have inflows to different assets. So Bitcoin goes to Ethereum, and then Ethereum goes to stuff like, Solana, Avalanche, and then after Solana and Avalanche, it'll go down even more. Eventually, people will put money into, Polygon, Aptos, maybe not Litecoin. I don't like Litecoin. I don't care what people say. Adara, like XLM, BTs with the China narrative. Like there's TIA has been just huge with Celestia's launch, Beam. People go down the list, is what I'm trying to say. And so when you have this list, they're probably going to, throw stuff over here, and then they'll get to gaming over here eventually, right before AI. We're cooler than AI. And when they get to gaming, where do you think they're going to put their money first? Well, they're going to put their money on the big old dog. So IMX is going to run pretty hard, and then it's going to be Beam, and then it's going to keep going down and down and down as different narratives end up coming up. The governance token narrative has been pretty big for Gala, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We could keep going down this list. And so when you're getting into these assets, you obviously want to get into them before the narratives hit, which the narratives for gaming, yes, they've been great. Yes, we've had some pretty good returns so far, but they're nowhere near what they were last bull cycle. And there's obviously no promise that they're going to hit as high as what happened last bull cycle, but it's showing that there is strength in the market in terms of, market cap, right? A lot of these tokens have dumped a lot over the course of this bear market. And so, you can't go wrong grabbing any of these. But what I would say is that the new dogs in town, the new coins, are going to be the ones that likely run the hardest because they're still in what is called price discovery. Price discovery just means that we do not know where this thing is going to end up going. We're still discovering, what fair value even means for an asset like this. And so if Wall Street is buying all of these different crypto assets, they're not going to be buying crypto gaming coins for the most part. Wall Street doesn't like crypto gaming coins. Wall Street likes Bitcoin and Ethereum because they like being late to things, and they bought up your assets beforehand. Perfectly fine. I'm cool with that. We've come to live and learn. But crypto gaming is going to be huge for this right here, for the retail friends. And once retail comes real hard, then altcoin season begins. We get this huge peak, and these altcoins just rip it like crazy, like you've never seen before. You should have seen the charts back in 2021. There were days where every crypto gaming coin was up 15, 30, 40%. It was absolute mania, 10x's in short periods of time, in record times. Everybody's mooning. It's what you should be expecting. It really is what you should be expecting. And so what we need to do right now is we need to do several things. If I had $1,000 today, right? Obviously we've already made a portfolio on this thing. It's already up 280%, but let's forget I even made this thing. Let's say I've made it once again. What I'd want to do is I would like to accumulate the largest crypto gaming coin. I'd probably get some IMX, right? Because I want to make sure that when retail comes, they are going to immediately default to safer things. Retail doesn't like taking too many risks until full degen season comes. You know, we get that huge peak. Then they like to do risk when it doesn't make any sense. We always lose for some reason. Maybe someday we'll be better at trading. But for now, we like FOMO. FOMO is something you buy before. So IMX is going to be great because they're going to want to get into the safe stuff before dumping all their money into, I don't know, some random coin over here. Maybe they're going to dump it on Wilder World coin. You know, like they're going to dump it all the way down in the coins. And Wilder World, by the way, is a wonderful project. I'm not saying bad things about it. I'm just saying that the market cap's lower than, you know, IMX at a $4.5 billion market cap. So what people are going to do, they're going to get their IMXs. This is the most immediate thing. Everything here in the top 10 in crypto gaming, except maybe like, I might bash these coins, but I'm not a big metaverse fan. I'm going to be honest. I think the metaverse stuff, it's a little bit overblown. Anything that's not to do with metaverse here is going to do extremely well. So the IMXs, you know, the beams, maybe Axie Infinity, Gala's going to do well, Ronin's going to do well, Superverse is going to do well, you know, Illuvium, Pixels Online is also likely to do well after it finds its price discovery mode. It's still kind of figuring out. It recently launched, you know, Zai's going to do well. All these crypto gaming coins are going to do extremely well in this bull cycle. It's all about finding now what coins are new and what coins are hot. And so the hot narrative right now in crypto gaming has to be AI. AI is just a huge narrative. And if you combine it with gaming, these coins are going to do so well. And some of those coins will be, for example, Prime. You know, Prime is, even today, right, is up 1.23% over the past 7 days. It's doing well. Past month, it just doubled in price casually. Over the past year, kind of having a bit of a recovery. It was at $1, by the way. This is a 14x. Casual 14x here in crypto. But Prime, they're developing Colony. Great for them. We've got Delysium. They also have nodes. So if you're into nodes, cool little node play. They're up. Is that 40%? That's 40%? What? Oh my God. That's pretty good. Okay, they're up a lot. They're up 525% over the past month. Well, I'm not to tell people that you should be buying things 500% up. But what I'm trying to say is AI and gaming, it's going to be a huge narrative. I think the first place that money is going to go ahead and stay in is going to be this right here. And then it's going to be things like infrastructure projects like IMX, the beams. And then after that, we're going to get single game studios like the Shrapnels, the Illuviums. And then we're going to go full degen season and we're going to go to the meme coins. You know, like that's just what happens with retail. And so that's going to be your buying strategy. I will tell you that what has worked for me personally in terms of X's, and this is not financial advice, is what I do, is that when I put money into something, I believe in moonbags. I didn't believe in moonbags back in 2021, and I lost a lot of my net worth, but I've been able to retain a lot of it this bull cycle because what I do is I do my initial buy. When these coins go up 2x, I take my initial investment out. Usually, right? If it's a riskier play, I immediately take it out. If it's something like IMX, like I'll probably wait longer. But if it's a very risky coin, immediately take out the 2x. If it's not, I'll wait until that 5x, then take the initial out, somewhere around there. Crypto gaming coins, yes, they do have that crazy returns. And then afterward, anything beyond that, I'll take some more profit on a 10x, on a 20x, on a 100x. The point is not to sell everything at a 100x. If you do that, then you're the luckiest person on the planet. Don't play in the casino for the rest of your life. You've already won. However, 99.9% of people will lose money if they end up doing that strategy. If we hold peak to trough, it will not work. So making sure that you have some proper risk tolerance with something that is already a very risky asset is extremely important in these kind of bull cycles. Also making sure that you're farming these play to airdrop narratives. Play to airdrop is huge. Trying to get these whitelists. There's a million discords out there nowadays to go ahead and try to get whitelists for different projects. There should be no excuse. On Legion, for example, our Discord, we give plenty of whitelists. Just type legion.gg or go to the link in the description. Join Legion, join the movement, and you should be looking that much better. Legion has been absolutely killing it with the giveaways we've been doing. And for example, we did ones on Tatsumiko, on Hytopia, etc. These are the way. It's the way to get all these amazing crypto gaming gains. And it's not like we're hiding it. Nobody is hiding these things from people. You just have to look for it. It's very simple. Join Legion, join our Discord, get access to tons of whitelist opportunities. It's so simple this bull cycle. We're making it too easy for the people over at retail. So what's going to happen here with Bitcoin? Let's go back to Bitcoin. It's at $61,000. I humbly believe we're going to go well over 100K. I think we're going to go over $150,000 Bitcoin. After that, it's anybody's game. I will be aggressively selling my Bitcoin by the time we get to 150K. It's just what I'm comfortable with. It's what I've decided. I am mining Bitcoin. I'm comfortable with my Bitcoin gains at the time. 150K, it's kind of my place where if I sell at 150K, anything else that I've mined is kind of just like, go for it. Just do what you want. But getting my cost average, all the way down here and then having the ability to sell at a much higher price, that's the idea. Being able to give the liquidity and then throw it and take it back when the price of something is more expensive. So ingrain it in your little head. Please dump when price go high. I'm going to keep saying it because a lot of people will not listen to me and they will lose in this bull cycle. Dump when you are comfortable. If you are feeling uncomfortable about an asset that you're holding, do not hold it because you did not have a plan in place to be able to hold it in the first place. Do not hold things you are uncomfortable with holding. I went through that way too much last cycle. You are taking up way too much risk. Do something that is comfortable with you. Do not go all in on the markets because you will get wrecked. You will absolutely get wrecked because you're going to be an emotional trader, and emotional traders do not win in the crypto gaming bull cycle. Only the people that are calm and collected, that stick to their plans, will win this cycle. So please stick to a plan and actually stick to it. Don't just say that you're going to stick to it at 10x's and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to hold another 20x. And then it dumps and you're like, wait, but it's done a 20x before. So I'm sure it's going to come back. And then it keeps going down. And then all of a sudden you're working at McDonald's again. Listen, I worked at fast food, but I wouldn't wish it on anyone in this world. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section in regards to this. It's just incredible the price action. Hopefully I helped you in some way. If I didn't and I just went on a rant, then maybe the next video shall be that one. Until the next time, stay classy, and that's all.